What if I told you that you could solve really tough problems, boost your memory, and even find lost objects just by tapping into a specific state of mind? It sounds like science fiction, right? But that's the wild promise of a book from 1977 called The Silva Mind Control Method, a whole system designed to unlock these hidden powers that it claims we all have.
I want you to think about this for a second. We've all been there. You've lost something super important. Your keys, your wallet, maybe some critical paperwork for work. What do? You tear the house apart, right? Well, the Silva method starts with this really bold claim. You don't have to do any of that. You can actually just sit down, close your eyes, and think your way to finding it.
And the book kicks things off with this crazy high-stakes story. There's the city planner who has lost the only set of drawings for a huge new shopping mall. Total panic mode. But instead of freaking out, he sits down and uses one of these mental techniques. Just 10 minutes go by, he opens his eyes and knows exactly where they are. He'd left them at a restaurant in a completely different city. See, this isn't just theory. It's the kind of tangible result the whole method is built on. So how in the world is that even possible? Well, according to the Silva method, it's because most of us are living our lives using only half of our mind's toolkit. We're operating almost all the time in just one state of consciousness, and that leaves this massive amount of mental power completely on the table, totally untapped. Okay, so the method really boils down to two key brainwave states. First, there's beta. That's our normal, everyday, wide-awake consciousness. It's you, right now, dealing with the outside world. But the real magic, according to Silva, happens in the alpha state. You know that feeling when you're daydreaming or just about to fall asleep? That's alpha. It's this relaxed, super creative frequency, and it's the gateway to amping up your memory, your intuition, all of it. The entire goal here is to learn how to get into that state whenever you want. And the guy who figured all this out? He wasn't some stuffy university academic or a famous guru. Nope. He was an electronics repairman from Texas, a completely self-taught researcher who just stumbled upon these incredible discoveries after decades of his own experiments.
José Silva's journey is just fascinating. He started with basically no formal education, teaching himself electronics from a mail-order course to support his family. He got interested in how the mind works during World War II, but the real breakthrough, the aha moment, came in 1953. Get this, he was developing these little mental exercises to help his own kids get better grades when his daughter started answering questions he was only thinking in his head. She was literally reading his mind. That moment changed everything and put him on the path to creating this whole system.
So after years and years of fine-tuning these techniques, mostly with kids there in his hometown of Laredo, Texas, all that research finally got packed into this very book. It's what took his pretty exclusive 40-hour course and made it available to millions of people all over the globe. But listen, none of the really cool techniques we're going to talk about will work if you can't get into the right headspace first. That's why the absolute foundation, the bedrock of the entire Silva method, is learning this one core skill, how to consciously slip into that alpha level anytime you want. And the main technique the book gives you for this is, honestly, surprisingly simple. It's a countdown meditation. You just find a quiet spot, sit down, close your eyes, and then, this is a little physical trick, look slightly upward behind your eyelids. The book claims this simple act helps generate those alpha waves. Then you just slowly count backward from 100. As you practice, that countdown gets shorter and shorter until you can get into this powerful state in just a matter of seconds. All right, so once you're in that alpha state, you need a place to work, right? And for that, the book introduces this idea called the mental screen. Think of it like your mind's own private movie theater. It's this giant screen you imagine out in front of you, and it's where you're going to project images to work on your problems. And this is where things get really cool. The method shifts from just passively relaxing to what Silva called dynamic meditation. The point isn't just to chill out. It's to actively use this super focused mental state to solve actual real-world problems. The whole problem-solving thing is basically a three-step process. First, you get into your alpha state. You bring up that mental screen and you visualize the problem exactly as it is right now. You really see it, you feel all the frustration that comes with it, you just experience it fully for a moment. Okay, next, you mentally slide that problem image off to the side, and from the other side, which the book says is associated with the future, you slide in a brand new image. This new picture is the vivid, detailed, colorful picture of your desired solution, what it looks like when it's all fixed. And here is the absolute secret sauce, the most crucial step.
You don't just see the solution, you have to feel it. You have to totally immerse yourself in the emotions of success, that feeling of joy, of relief, of pure satisfaction, as if it's already a done deal. Silva really believed this emotional energy is the catalyst that helps make that solution a reality.
Of course, you don't always have 10 minutes to sit down and meditate every time a problem pops up, so the book gives you a shortcut, a little life hack, the 3 fingers technique. The idea is, while you're meditating, you repeatedly touch your thumb to your first 2 fingers. You create an association, a trigger. Eventually, you can just do that simple gesture anytime, anywhere, to instantly access that focused alpha state for a quick memory recall or to problem solve on the fly.
Now, this goes way beyond just finding lost stuff or solving problems at work. The method really expands these techniques into personal improvement, claiming you can actually reprogram your own habits and even have an influence on your own health.
The method also borrows heavily from autosuggestion, using this famous mantra from a guy named Emile Coué. The theory is really simple. When you're in that highly suggestible alpha state, your subconscious mind is way more open to new instructions. So repeating positive affirmations isn't just wishful thinking. It's like you're writing new code directly into your own operating system. And the applications people claim in the book are just incredibly broad. Graduates have reported using these techniques for everything from learning faster and quitting smoking to managing pain and even speeding up how fast they recover from being sick. The big theme here is that our minds have way more control over our bodies and our lives than we usually give them credit for. So when you boil it all down, the core message of the Silva method is really one of empowerment. It's not presented as some kind of mystical gift that only a few people have. It's framed as a practical, trainable skill, a mental toolkit that promises that anyone can learn to tap into this deeper level of their own consciousness to make their life better. It's a pretty powerful idea, and it's one that has fascinated people for decades. And it really leaves us with this one final big question. The book claims these abilities are just lying dormant inside all of us, waiting to be unlocked. So what do you believe is the true, untapped potential of your own mind?